All right, man. No
Hey,
problem.
buddy, take Johnny Horton out of the equation. Included in this, who's the best player who ever played the game? Uh,
Let me give you 5 names: Tom Lafredo, Doug Furry, Frederic Collignon, Tony Spritterman, Tom Spear.
Well, all of them in their prime. I'd probably go with Spear.
Wow, that's high praise, man. Can I just ask you real quickly why?
He just was. I don't know. He just was. He mastered. He mastered the whole table.
Wow. I'm at a loss for words, man. I'm about to bring Tom Spear into this pandemonium. I'm like at a loss for words. So I found out that Spear started playing foosball again, and we don't do very much. I mean, I don't have time for pandemonium as much as I like. I'm not super motivated to do foosball stuff all the time, but when I heard Tom Spear was playing foosball again, I immediately reached out to Ray Cordova and try to put this one together. Like Tom Spear, many of you may not know Tom Spear is. Many of you do know Tom Spear is. Tom Spear, so we have foosball legends, like mythical figures, man, people that truly master the sport, and not the loose term master that we get when you get IFP points or whatever points. We're talking about people that have mastery of foosball, and people that get mentioned in greatest of all time. And you get names in there that can be more or less familiar, like Frederic Collignon and Todd Lafredo and Tony Spritterman. Tom Spear gets mentioned in those conversations, and there's a reason why. Terry Moore and Frederic Collignon will both tell you the best 5-bar they've ever seen is Tom Spear. And it's this combination of passes that look the same, offense and defense, and mental aptitude. Because you got plenty of people that have all the passes, that could do all the stuff, 5-bar shots, whatever, but like mastery of the 5-bar, and then mastery of the mental part of the game, the psychology of the game. There have only been so many true masters, and Tom Spear is a true master of the sport. And so I started playing foosball in '89, and Tom Spear, like Steve Murray, Tom Spear, and Lafredo were like icons that I just gravitated towards. So like, I'm such a fanboy when it comes to certain people. Like celebrity means nothing to me. Like I've been like I was at the Grand Ole Opry one time. I had Troy Aikman behind me. I couldn't wait to get the hell out of there. Too many people wanted to talk to him, and his girlfriend was there, and I'm like, get me the hell away from Troy Aikman. But Tom Spear would have been there. I'd be like, hey, dude, how are you? Can we talk? He's like, Tom Spear is my idea of a foosball celebrity. So I think that's my preamble. I got to bring Tom Spear in. Let's take a look at Tom Spear.
Yeah. Woo!
How are you, man? How
Hey,
are
I
you,
can't
dude?
complain. I can't complain. It's nice to be here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I couldn't, like, I just got off work. I mean, I was busy all day, and the whole time I was like lingering on this opportunity to speak to you. You're back in the game, man. You're winning. You're competing. Like what brought you back to foosball?
Um, I needed the exercise, and it's good exercise. And I missed a lot of the people. I laid off a lot longer than I thought, and I just really missed the people. I think it was the main thing.
Yeah, dude. I love that, dude. Did you ever think you were gonna come back and start playing foosball again?
I did. I planned on quitting just for, like I said, like a little less time than I did and come back. But I didn't think I would really come back like I'm gonna come back now. Now I can come back and maybe win another world title or something. So
I love
yeah,
that, dude. I love that, dude. Dude, so I saw you won a singles event there, and I put something on social media. I don't think you're on social media much at all. You're not on social media. Are you much on social media?
I don't. I have no idea. I heard I'm on the media a lot, but I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I put a post out there, and the post basically said, okay, Tom Spears playing again, and the reason why Tom Spear could play at a high level is because when you master the sport, especially a sport like foosball, and the sport doesn't necessarily evolve the way other sports do, you could come back like you have done and be successful. Is that your feeling? Is your feeling like you still got it upstairs to compete and win?
I think it has evolved a little bit, but I know what you're saying. Maybe not as much. It seems like all the sports have kind of stagnated because the world's kind of pollution wise, environmental wise, not in that good a shape. And
Yeah.
but I don't know. I think the rollers got a little tougher. Well, I don't know. No, yeah, you're right. It hasn't really changed that much. It hasn't really changed.
Dude,
Yeah.
go ahead, keep talking. I don't want to cut you off. Keep talking. What do you
Okay.
say?
All right. No, it really hasn't changed that much. I mean, it has, but not really. I mean, since '94, yeah, we got a lot more rollers. I guess there was a lot of rollers then. I guess the '90s when Terry or John Smith broke out the roller against Todd Lafredo in the '92 World Championships. Ever since then, the roller just became the dominant shot, and so I guess I'm thinking back to Spreedeman when I kind of quit playing in 2001 or so. He was on the scene, but there's guys beating him now, right?
Oh yeah, man. Those guys beating him. But I guess I want to we gotta take a little bit of a walk down memory lane because like the gap now. Okay, you won in every era. There's very few people that won on TS, won on Dynamo, won on Tornado, and you're from that time when people took it, when hundreds of people took it as a professional sport. They worked like a job, like whatever, 7, 10 hours a day, practicing, training. Can you talk a little bit about? Can you talk about those times, man? Go back for a little bit and tell me what was your focus in developing your craft in foosball?
Um, I was just trying to figure out a way to win and hoping people might think that I'm special for some reason. And it was a super popular game back in the mid '70s when I kind of started looking at it and started playing maybe 1976, I think it was. And
Yeah.
yeah, it was just the popular game to do. It was like the hula hoop or I don't know, Happy Days. I don't know. It was popular.
I mean, the like I only know like about you through other people. We've never had this conversation, but the word on you is you had a machine like work ethic. Like you worked, one of the most disciplined players. You're one of the most thoughtful players. Does that ring true from your memory about your approach to the sport?
Yeah, that's true. I did like that machine mentality to where I could just kind of think a shot and just be able to execute it like a machine would be. And I kind of incorporated that into my style and try to take the emotion out of the game, so I wouldn't choke maybe under pressure, things like that. But anyway, what were you asking me again?
No, no, no. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. So let's talk about that a little bit because one of the big things about you was how your poise and composure under pressure that you didn't choke, or at least you could never tell if you were choking. How did you do that? What was your approach to mental toughness?
Uh, Gosh, I think I was just, it wasn't really intent. I think it was like stage fright. I was more afraid of, failing and just doing something wrong. So I was just really shy and timid about it all. And it just seemed to work and it would bother other people because a lot of them would be partying on their favorite drug or whatever. And I would be kind of non emotionally playing and just not really into the party scene or whatever, and just disciplined or whatever. I'm not sure. I'm confused again. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
no, no, no. You're doing great. Like you had your thing was like an android. Your people looked at you as though you were a non-emoting, like you were like stoic, like you didn't show any emotion. Was that part of the thing you were trying to give off that would rattle other people?
Oh yeah, I didn't want to give away anything, and I figured anything I did would be like a court of law. They might use it against me, and so I just kept it to myself and kept quiet and try to get through it.
Yeah, man. You know, and of course, you're always because you're the person you were viewed in contrast to was Lafredo the whole time. It was like Lafredo and Spear, and you guys were like two sides of a coin. Would you kind of say? I mean, what was your? Do you think you represented a kind of two sides of a coin, or what was your opinion about that?
Oh, I agree with all that 100%. We were two extreme difference, and we had two extreme approaches, different approaches to the game. You know, he's kind of wild, hard hitter, and I'm kind of slow control player. And we just, yeah, we did everything a little different. But I hope he plays with me this Saturday.
That'd be awesome, dude. That'd be great, man. Has that been good reconnecting with Todd a little bit?
Yeah, yeah, it is kind of fun.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna pull something up here, dude. I'm gonna pull something up here. I hope you can see it. Can you see this picture right here?
I sure do.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
man. Like what? Like I mean, what kind of memories do you have when you see a collage like this? I mean, this one here with you and Maloney and everybody. I don't even know who some of these guys are. Bob Gibson. What kind of memories are these for you?
Um, it was. It seemed like they're just, a few years ago. I can't
Yeah,
believe it's been 50 years or however long it's been, 45 or whatever, 40. I don't know. It just seems like the other day.
yeah, man. Like when you talk about memories, do you have like some really fond memories that stick out? Like what if you were to lean on a memory, a foosball memory? What's a foosball memory for you?
Uh, I'm thinking that Terry Moore one.
Yeah, dude, we're gonna pull that up in a second, dude. We're gonna pull that up. And look, one of the things we want to do here is we want to talk about your history and the emotional connection to the game, but we want to talk about analytics because people will watch this. They try to learn how to get better. And part of my theory is that when masters quit and they don't are not mentors, a lot of people lose that knowledge. So we want to take an opportunity. How about if I get that match started and we watch a little bit of that match? Let me
That sounds good. Whatever
let
you
me
feel like doing. That sounds
yeah,
good though.
let me pull that up and let's go down memory lane. Let me see where that is. That's at 113, and I'm gonna pull that up right now. Let's get rid of this. Give me a second while I get all dialed in with
Sure, take
everything
your
here.
time. Yeah, I'm not doing anything.
What time you gotta start winning the tournament?
Um, I don't see too many people here yet, so I think it starts about 7:45. So I don't even know what time it is now. It looks like 6:30, about an hour or so. Yeah, there's not even that many people here right now.
Very cool, man. Like dude, I need to soak up my time with you, man. I need to I want every minute I got with you before you got to go and play this foosball. And I hope we can do this more than once, dude, because like you're a big deal, Tom. You're a big deal. You know.
Hey, so are
Um.
you? I'm into it. Yeah, you want to do it again? I'm in.
Yeah, dude. All right, let's. So we're gonna have this match. There's Gary Edgeworth. Have you seen Gary yet? I think Gary's out in why I think
Seen
in
him 2 weeks
Jacksonville.
ago.
Really?
Yeah, he
What's he
was in
doing?
here on a Saturday night. I'm like, yeah, he's my worst nightmare in foosball. I was telling him, yeah, that guy, he's relentless. He has my number too, man. He's tough.
He has your number. Give me a
Yeah, he
break,
really he
dude.
does. Mhm.
I reject that. I reject
Ha
that.
ha ha.
All
Oh,
right,
here we
man.
go. Here we
Let me
go.
put this on the side here. Um, so let's talk about this, man. Here we go. Like, did you put Terry in the losers bracket, right, at this tournament?
I did. I did.
Now,
He
look,
beat me. Go ahead.
no. You keep talking. Keep talking.
Okay, yeah, he beat me the first game for winner of the winners, and I should have beat him. I had two or three shots, and then I three straighted him, blocked him really well, and he can't really block me anywhere. Anyway, so then I went in the losers bracket. Or I mean, he went in the losers, came back, and the weird thing that happened was I hadn't played for about a day and a half. I was just kind of watching, and I kind of caught a cold, so I was kind of down a little bit, and oh boy, that was a nightmare. I thought I was going to get double dipped. I don't know what to
Well,
say right now. Will you ask a question?
Well, yeah, let's save some of that, dude. So, all right, look at you, man, the stud. All right, Tom Spear. Now Terry is like about to. He's peaking. He's like he dominates the '90s. But like, what was your? He's got the most. He's a lefty. His five bars. He's like the most wicked five bar. What's your approach, man? What are you thinking right now on how are you managing his five bar to start off?
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because that was the turnaround on the match. I think is I eventually he started shutting my 5 bar down because he plays Greg Perry out of California a lot, and
Mm-hmm.
Greg passes that far side, and those guys I've seen him play match after match, and Terry's just got a great D for it, and I couldn't get the ball that much, and it just threw me off. And I got 3 straight the first set, and then he came out and 5-1 me first game, the second set, and I was just thinking God was just setting me up for some big humiliation or something like that. I was really thinking I was in trouble, to be honest with you.
Well, so the thing about this match too, though, is like your 2 bar was. Do you remember how good your 2 bar was during this tournament and in the final?
Well, I was passing 2 to 5 the whole weekend, and eventually I quit passing 2 to 5 on him. I just started shooting.
Okay, so you went
I
2 to 5. Go ahead, I'm listening.
Yeah, sometime I think during the second set, I think it was, or yeah, that I started passing in both sides. Yeah, he was taking away my passing. I was trying to pass 2 to 5 far side. He took that away, and he was taking away my far side pass. Anything far side, I was having a hard time. So I switched to the near side push. I think on my clearing and just trying to get the ball out. I was freaking out. I don't even remember.
Dude, do you remember saying at the end of this that you didn't even intend on playing singles?
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I was just kind of turning into a doubles man. After I won the '89 Masters, I
Yeah.
thought, well, I think I'm gonna retire from singles, kind of, and I kind of put it on the back burner and started working my doubles game. And then they added a belt to the singles tournament in '93 or something like. No, '94 they brought the belt out, but they did honor Tommy with a belt at '93 for his win. And he kind of cheated me the year before, not intentionally, I don't think, but him and Arthur had a thing going on. Anyway, to make a long story short, I ended up '94 playing Terry. And I forget. Can you ask me something?
No, you're doing just, dude. It's good if you just talk, dude. Like we want to hear you. No one wants to hear me. Everyone wants to hear
Okay.
you. But dude, so do you? Okay, this is great. All right. So Tommy Atkinson doubles in '93. He won singles and doubles, and you
Right.
play him in this tournament. And Tommy Atkinson is the man. Everyone's expecting him to win. But like Tom Spear, the ageless true masters, the ageless wonders. Do you remember the match you played for him? I think you played him in fifth or better at this tournament.
Yeah, I remember I got him in 3. I think it was 5-3, 5-3, 5-4, or something like that. I felt him coming on. If I wouldn't have probably gotten in the third game, I think I might have had a lot of problems with it. I might have had a lot of trouble with it. I might have gotten 5-3 in the third. I'm not. I don't know. I think it went 5-4. I was worried about him though, because yeah, like I said, he got me the year 4. Him and Arthur. Arthur had been refing a lot of his matches, and I think they were just kind of comfortable with the way Tommy was playing. So he was calling stuff on me I didn't think he should have anyway. So it's funny how I did get a chance to come back and play Tommy the next year and beat him and then win the thing. So it's all good.
No, that's awesome, dude. All right, so I want to focus a little bit on this match. Now, your 5 bar, right? Your 5 bar is kind of a lost art, and the reason why is the 5 bars are now a little bit different: high speed, quick passes, hard lanes, hard walls. Your 5 bar is like kind of a remnant, like all your passes. And by the way, we'll talk about your 3 bar in a minute. Your 5 bar is like all your passes look the same. They're the same tempo, and like you go down, and no one really knows if you're going to go up or down in 1 second or 10 seconds. Can you talk a little bit about your approach to 5 bar offense?
Oh yeah, sure. My approach is to be able to do the same spot with an option, be able to hit, say, the lane or the wall from the exact same spot uh, at the same time, and they both look the same. Or matter of fact, make the wall even look more like the up, and make the up look a little bit like a wall, a little bit if you can. But the main thing is to be able to go a different spot with the exact same look is the key, and not give it away. And so I've kind of worked on that. And that's why I think I got the smoothness and everything.
Yeah, I mean your 5 bar remained a riddle for most people. Now, it wasn't that some people didn't get onto you in spurts, but then but your 5 bar remained like it's still to this day. People talk about your 5 bar offense. Talk about your 5 bar offense. Now, was that just hours and hours? And I love that. I want people who are watching this to remember you wanted your up to look more like a down and your down to look more like an up. That's nuance. How did you tell me about the thinking about you working on that? How do you work on that?
I would just put like artificial men in there, extra men on the table, and this and that. Just make sure, like, I wouldn't hit a huge lane pass. I'd hit like this perfect tight lane pass or this super tight wall pass. Or it would just help me do everything just right. I don't know. I don't think I answered that question right.
No,
But
you
I'm not.
absolutely did. No, you put extra men on the table. Did you put extra men on the 5 bar?
Yeah, I would like have a snap on man. He would just kind of snap on. You'd kind of cut his body to where he'd snap on.
Yeah, that's some
Goalie.
cool old school stuff, dude. Like I don't know how many people are adding extra men to make it more difficult to execute a pass. Um, going back to TS, if you can go back that far, or Dynamo, did your 5 bar series change? Because like in the early '90s, you had this really near the wall brushy down, and then this really near the wall up pass. Were those the same passes you were using through every era, every table?
Pretty much, yeah, to the inside, yeah. And then I started. The reason I went to the far side was I realized that the when I get a sticky ball, my inside series wasn't that effective. I needed more of a brush or something like that, and I realized that most people weren't develop had didn't hadn't developed the defensive five to the near side on them, and to where so it was easier to pass over there. So I could just do a simple brush, and yet it would be a lot more effective than some complicated pass I could do to the near side.
Let's see.
So yeah, and then the other thing I started thinking, well, also a lot of times we block their pass and the ball would come back in a really good position where you could pass it back. So I thought, why bring it all the way over to your near side to set your pass up there if you can just go right back at it. And then it got to the point where, I just, any sticky balls, I would do the brush side of the far series, with some options, right? And then the slick balls, some people, have oily hands or whatever. And they would near side, I would near side pass with the slick ball. And then people that would use rosin to touch the ball or whatever, that's when I would far side brush on.
Dude, your mic is on that little. Can you move that mic a little bit closer to your mouth? It's been fine so far. Is the microphone in front of you, or is it on your headset?
Oh,
Yeah.
it could be on my headset. I forgot about it. Oh, and
Yeah.
I was okay. Go ahead. Yeah,
No, move it a little closer to your mouth. No, you were fine. I just didn't want to lose you. Move that microphone a little bit closer to your mouth.
okay. How's that better?
Great. Dude, people are really happy to see you. They're in the chat. They're talking to us. What's going on, Chase Ames, Audrey? Thanks for joining us. So here you are in a trench war with Terry Moore. I think he won singles at 91, right? He won 91 or 92.
I think it was 92.
Yep, he won 92. That's right. And then Tommy wins in 93, I think. Terry Moore is a little bit of a monster. Okay, he's a little bit of a monster. Of course, the roller is a brand new shot. Talk about your, and the defenses hadn't really caught up yet. But did you have a defense already that you're building against the roller?
Yeah, I heard about this tournament was coming up, and that this was going to be a big media thing. And I've been hanging around Dante Bichette with a baseball player.
Hey Tom, I want you to get closer to the camera, sir, and make sure that microphone's in front of your mouth a little bit closer. Okay, you're saying you're hanging out with Dante Bichette, who is a pro baseball player, the Colorado.
Right.
Baseball strike. ESPN2's coming to the foosball tournament, and you're talking about you start thinking about this tournament.
Yeah, and the wrestlers were going to be there, and we thought foosball was going to finally make it. Everybody knew it was going to be a really big thing. Dante was coming out, playing at some of the tournaments and stuff like that, and he makes millions of dollars. So it was. So I figured I was going to have to try to win it. The roller was winning. Terry was killing everybody and everything. And so I decided I need to play with Rob Mares and learn how to block that roller. Not to mention, I thought I could maybe win with him in doubles because he was hard to block too. And so I spent a lot of time working on roller D, probably about 3 or 4 months, and had Rob shooting on me off and on here and there. So I had a good D. Terry was the only one that tournament that actually scored a roller on me with any kind of consistency, over 15%. I mean, I really put the brakes on everybody. But yeah, he still scored about 30 on me or so, and he was tough. Yeah. Is yeah.
Let me tell you something sad. You're not going to remember because you barely remember me, but I played you and Rob with Fernando De Rosa for fifth at this tournament in open doubles. We played for fifth. You guys beat us in the pits, and you guys were using the Colorado Clear. You were getting the ball on the back. Back in the day, you could hit the ball off the table and you got it back on the 5 bar. And so you guys beat us with the Colorado Clear, and Robbie beat us with a 5 bar shot. But that sadly, that loss for fifth in open doubles of the worlds is one of the highlights of my career, and you probably don't even remember playing me. It's probably sad, dude.
Uh,
No, don't pretend you don't remember.
I don't remember. I know Rob and I got fifth, and I know we lost to Todd and Scotty. Is all I remember. I don't even know who put us out. I think it was Smith or somebody. But yeah, you and who was it?
Fernando. Do you remember Fernando Rosa?
Yeah, I can't believe we beat you guys.
It was 4 games, but you beat us. But dude, let's focus on this. Enough. Somehow I made this about me. Here we are, and you got Terry Moore. You guys have a back and forth. What I love about your defense. Okay, here's what I love about your defense. Before this, people didn't know how to block the rollers. They just panicked. It was just a bunch of panicking. Your defense already looks methodical. Are you looking for something with Terry? Do you think he's more up than down? Do you have a tell on? Does he have his shoulder tell yet? What are you thinking about his roller?
No, I'm just on him mentally, and I'm making sure that I cover 2 of his 3 favorite holes. He's not really shooting any like 4 or 5 hole or 2 or 4 holes. I'm imagining 5 holes on the goal, and the corners being the 1 and 5, and the 3 being the middle. And I'm just staying out of the 2 and 4. He's not really shooting the 2 or 4, and I'm just taking, the 3 or the 5 or the 1 and the 5, 2 of the 3, and just hoping I can bait him into something somehow. And it seemed to work pretty good.
Yeah, well, so here's the thing about that. You got to kind of hide that, right? Even though he's not going to shoot the 2 or 4. Do you have to conceal that a little bit? You can't make it obvious, right? Or do you just have so much confidence he won't shoot those splits because he just won't? What do you think?
Yeah, I just have never seen him shoot them, and I've been playing him off and on for about a year, a little here and there, and watched him a little bit, and I just never see him shooting them. He's just annihilating people, just rolling over on the corners and pounding that middle that he wouldn't even have to waste his time shooting the 2 and 4.
Now, Terry says that you're the best 5 bar of all time, and Terry's got easily one of the best 5 bars. Why do you think people believe that about you? Why do people believe that you're 5? Is it because it worked against every style, or what is it about your 5 bar?
I think it can be very lethal when it needs to be, and the fact that I pass both sides sometimes really helps, because you could be passing one side and certain passes are there, and you can pass the other side. You got a few passes that are there, and you just kind of go from one side to the other and don't get stuck on one side. I don't know. It seems like you can rally when you have an option like that. I don't know. Again, I don't think I'm answering your question.
Dude, you're doing great, but I guess this comes into because a lot of people will look at you. A lot, and is that Terry? Is that Terry Moore's a little unhappy about something? Oh gosh, Terry's complaining about how the crowd. Just stop it, Terry. Terry, stop it. Stop complaining about the crowd. That's Dave Council. God bless him. God love him. He's doing something with the crowd. But the other part of your 5 bar spear is defense, and that's something most people struggle with. 5 bar defense. Can you talk a little bit about your theory behind 5 bar defense?
My theory behind the defense is something that I'm not doing. Talk about it because I need to start doing it.
Hey, Spear, we can't hear you. Can you come closer to the camera, sir, and like hold that mic up? You're talking about theory of 5-bar defense. Go ahead.
Uh, um, hmm, my 5 bar D, to be honest with you, right now is not very good. I need to get rougher, take away the wall pass, and that's what I need to do is learn how to take away that wall pass. Yeah.
But let's go back. Let's go back to the 70s and 80s. Like what was like back then? What was your philosophy of 5-bar defense in when you were on top of your game?
Uh, when I was on top of my game, I was watching their 3 bar a lot out of my peripheral and covering the wall as best I could because it's the easiest thing to catch. And a lot of times, they would telegraph their lane pass by moving their 3 bar out to the lane somewhere instead of having it tight to the wall. And so when I started out, I just started watching pretty much just that 3 bar there. And then as I got better, then I could read the fakes a little bit more on the 5. And then so I could watch that more and not have to watch the 3 bar. But when I was watching the 3 bar and covering the wall a lot, that was a pretty good deal.
That is fascinating. That's fun. So you're telling me that when you're on 5-bar defense, you would watch the 3-bar, and somehow or another they'd psychologically telepath their lane. They telegraph their lane pass.
Exactly.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah, I
And
love that.
I could block it that way a lot easier than going for the fakes on the 5.
Dude, by the way, you just crushed. So, the knock on you, frankly, the knock on you was lateral speed on your pull shot. But for some reason at this tournament, your pull shot was invisible. Were you just hot? I mean, your lateral speed was a notch up than usual. What was going on with your 3-bar at this tournament?
I was just trying to beat him to the hole because the ball is huge. The whole key is just getting there fast. So I just thought, well, I'm just hit it fast. Just get my percentage, not try and thread the needle and get mad or whatever. Just get that thing in there as quickly as I could. And yeah, like I said, if you're fast enough, you have to worry about hitting the tight hole. So that's kind of what happened. I just had his number as far as switch and stuff like that. I was just in his mind.
Okay, get closer again. Get closer again. I want you to put that mic in front of you, and I got to ask you a question. You said you were in his mind. That's the other thing about you. I mean, when people talk about you, Tom Spear got in your mind. What? I mean, talk a little bit. Was that kind of your thing? How do you crawl in someone's mind, Tom Spear?
How do I do that? I don't know. I think honestly, he came out. He was, and I could be wrong, but I think he was rolling on coke. And as this thing just kept rolling on forever, the kind of coke wore off on him. Yeah, that's what I think.
That's hilarious, man. That cracks me up, dude. In meantime, meantime, you're not partying. You said you're not partying. I mean, you used to fast, right? You used to fast, like not eat and focus, be very, very committed to the athletic craft. That's from memory? Is that right?
That's true. Yeah, you're looking at me after like 4 days of no eating anything. I was sipping a little cranberry juice and water, and then the last 3 days I just sipped water. But yeah, I definitely came in trying to fast and no smoking any marijuana either, which normally isn't characteristic for me. I went pretty much straight for a few days on that.
Yeah, I love that, dude. There's actually a question. There's a question in the chat. Tom, it's from Chase Ames. Tom, haven't you won open singles twice or 3 times lately? Have you won singles a couple times lately in the at the local stuff?
Oh yeah, I've won a back-to-back singles. I won one in '82 on a Dynamo, and I won one in '88. They banned me from the World Championships in '88, and Tornado did. I was designing the table, And even though I wanted Tornado to build it for me, it's a long story. But
Yeah.
so they banned me, and then we in Colorado ran a World Championships, and we had it on this World Soccer table that year because I didn't get to play one. So I got a World Singles at the World Tournament, where we beat Mark Rednecky, and then Todd and I won the doubles. We beat Todd LaFrate and I beat Mark Rednecky, and Kevin Everson also in the doubles. And Kevin and Everson, I think, and Mark Rednecky played in the doubles, world doubles in the Tornado the next year. But we had our own little thing there. It's a long story. Any questions?
Colorado, dude. Rudnicki, Everson, Lafredo, Spear. Like I said, like Lafredo was seen as your great colleague and also great nemesis, because like Lafredo was always the physical super talent, and you were
Right.
always viewed as the hardworking, disciplined, methodical, mental toughness. What was your approach to playing an animal? Because Lafredo, people don't know this. I mean, Lafredo's still great, but when you go back, if you go back every 10 years, he was more and more physically lethal. I mean, there was a time when he just beat you physically. He didn't even need to think about it. What was your approach to a physical specimen like Lafredo? How did you deal with him?
I'd like to slow him down too, because I would sometimes think, and I don't know that Terry Moore has ever done coke or anything like that, or even what would do it on that match. But I would think that about Todd too, that he might be doing coke or whatever. So I would just slow him down too. Take my time out. Get table maintenance. Whatever, a rest.
Yeah.
Slow them down to where they get to the end of the matches, so they're just having the hardest time.
Dude, I love that, dude. I love that so much. You have no idea how much that tickles me because, outside of the coke, all like most players now are these high-speed, frenetic, fast-paced, 100 miles an hour, and players like you are far and few between. Players that would like use 10 seconds on the 5 bar and 15 seconds on the 3 bar, they're like a dying or extinct breed. But that style of foosball is the counterpoint. When you get a speed freak, and I don't mean drugs, I mean like Lafredo would play, or Tommy Atkinson would play all fast, they would have the worst time with slow players. They have the worst. That's my experience. That's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's hilarious how that style of play. I remember watching Steve Morey beat Lafredo like 3 times in a row in singles. You remember Steve Morey, right?
Oh, yeah. And he was really slow.
Oh, dude, those
Rush
guys were.
pass, no 3 bar.
Yeah. Okay, so what happens when you play a slow player? Do you speed it up, or do you guys just too like I've seen Jeep play against Steve Morey with no time limits. It was the most painful thing I've ever watched. How do you play against a slow player?
Yeah, I'll usually speed him up
Yeah.
if I can. Yeah.
Dude, I think I want you to tell me about what's happening right now. I think we're going into the 4th or 5th game. How many games did this go, Tom? How many games did this
went 4. He won the first one, and I won 3.
Okay. So I think we're going into Thank you, Chase. Chase is saying you won singles twice last month in Littleton.
Yes, I did. I haven't. Matter of fact, and I didn't play last week, so I haven't lost. Yeah. I might lose tonight, though. Yeah, I've won 2 singles tournaments. I won a doubles tournament. I've won some draws. I can't believe it's going this well. I thought it would probably take me a year to be actually winning, but I managed to do it within 2 months. So I'm thinking, oh, maybe I'm going to have to go for the Open title. Open doubles title.
I mean, look, man, players like you are missed. You're missed. Like, we want to see players like you play. We want to see Tyler Spear play. Win or lose, there's nostalgia and there's mastery of the sport. I'll be direct with you. You're not at your physical peak, but I'm not sure how you might be able to get very, very far. I mean, Lafredo has been able to get into the finals of stuff, right?
Right. And I don't think I'm at my physical peak, but I think I could be. And it's just a matter of me getting my lifestyle right. And I legally can't do it in the world because of the way it is. But as the world gets better, I the things that I do to stay healthy won't be illegal, I imagine, and then people won't give me a hard time about it, and I'll be able to do it. But I don't plan on ever dying, to be honest with you. Too. I know I look as old as I'm probably going to ever look right now, is what I'm thinking. And I've looked younger before. I just did a year and a half of jail too, and I've been out for a few months. But that aged me about 20 years, so I was doing really well. And so, but to make a long story short, as far as football goes, I think my health is really good. So I really don't think I have a problem coming back and moving up through the ranks or whatever and being top player.
I love that. I love that, dude. So right now, are you up 1-0 right now? I can't see. Can you see the score down there?
It looks like 1-1.
Okay. 1-1. Okay, the pressure's on, and this is where a lot of people start buckling. Are the nerves there, and you're managing it well, or are you are you totally calm and collected? What's happening in your heart and spirit right now in this match?
After I won the second game of this match here, he won the first. This set, I mean, this he won the, yeah, he won the first game. I won whatever. After I won my first game, I blanked out. I just went from strategizing and like planning and participating to just watching. I felt like I was just in the chair watching myself move the man around. I no longer could think or had any control over anything. I was just out there and just watched it all. Although I'm moving around and playing or whatever, I'm just watching all this, freaking out, thinking I'm watching a movie for 2 games until it finishes. And then as soon as I hit that last ball in, I kind of woke up out of it. And I'm like, what just happened? You know what I mean?
Yeah, kind of in the zone, right? Are you kind of in the zone?
Yeah, that's the word. Yeah, they say the zone. Yeah, I went into the zone after I went 1-1. Yeah,
That pass right there. Did you see that pass? Did you see that
I
little
did.
wall pass?
I didn't see that.
Oh, dude, it was your little crazy brushy wall pass that's like a dead man wall pass that gets on that you get it on everybody. No one really knows how. Is that because they're terrified of your lane pass looks identical? I wish you saw it. I mean, I'm scared to
Oh,
rewind.
no, I think I know what it is. They think it's dead man, but it's not. They're already on the wall, and when I go to the wall, my bumper hits the wall, and when I go to the wall, right when it goes there, my bumper bounces them off just a fraction. My ball goes through, and then they go back on the wall, and they didn't notice
Yeah.
the man came off, but that's what happened. They actually came.
Well, that was it. That time that he was like a hair off the wall, and that little wall pass went down. All right,
Yeah.
dude. Look at that crew, man. That's Grant Nelson, right? You got Weidman, you got Mike Rush. It was Rendon back there? Your whole entourage is watching this match, dude.
Yeah, it's about 1:32 in the morning. I can't believe everybody was up.
Dude, people stayed up and watched back then. People stayed up and watched back then. And ESPN's there. They're still there. These guys are like, what? They're wide awake, wondering what the hell's going on, right?
Yeah, that was pretty funny too because I don't know if you remember, but I said the Rockies or Dante Bichette wanted to sponsor foosball, no entry fees, buffets at the tournament, free rooms for the tournament players and all that. No, yeah, he was ready to do it. But when I won the winners bracket in open singles, they pulled out. The wrestlers left, the baseball players left. There's a couple dozen baseball players. NBC left, and I think it was ABC and CBS. They all pulled out, and ESPN stayed there.
Yeah.
So, because I've been through a lot, and I don't mean to go into it, but I will anyway. It was just certain people in the government area coming after me and manipulating things, and that's enough of that. I'll go back to you asking questions.
No, dude, this is good, man. Okay, so it's 4-3 right now. It's match ball for you. There's no win by 2 back then. It's the first person gets to 5. Okay, it's your drop right now, and here we are. It's match ball for you. It's world championship win for you. That's the other thing with your 5 bar. You get the ball back on rebounds quite a bit. There's that wall pass again. He knows it's coming. You get it anyway. Let's see what happens here. Do you remember what happens here?
Yeah, I call timeout.
Your memory's good.
Yeah.
You still got it, dude.
I remember thinking yeah, when it came around match ball, I kind of came back to life again, thinking, okay, here I am again. Now what am I going to do? And I just said, just get the ball in your 3 bar, call timeout.
What
I
are you
didn't
thinking
want to
right
think.
now? Look at that intensity. Do you know what you're going to shoot, or you're going to wait to
Yeah,
see it open?
I know I'm going to shoot,
Why?
and
How?
I see it open. My arm automatically shot it, and I was shaking his hand before I even knew it. Yeah, I was thinking I'm going to shoot a middle because remember when Terry was under big
Look at that!
pressure.
Look at that!
Yeah,
Look at that!
yeah.
Look at that!
I was kind of
That-
surprised. Yeah, I didn't. I was surprised. I was just thinking I'm going to shoot the middle, and before you know it, it shot it, and then I'm shaking his hand.
Dude, what an amazing. I mean, when we talk about you won in every era. You're a champion in every era. There's very few people who won in every era, man. That's so damn good. That is so damn good. That's amazing.
Well, I appreciate you. I'm sure you got your qualities. You can play foosball and do this commentating stuff. I can't do anything but foosball.
Dude, I mean, I'm embarrassed. Like, I'm way better at commentary than foosball, and I'm not even that good at commentary. So let's keep this
They're the
about you, man.
best. Are you kidding me? Anybody
Stop
that
it,
can relate to me is the best.
dude. I think you're the dude. So this is like, um, I mean, okay, you got ESPN now in front of you. They're interviewing you. I don't know if we're gonna be able to hear it. Let's try to. I think we can hear a little bit. Um, what do you remember about this moment right here? Well, like, what do you remember about this? Because you haven't eaten in 3 days. Like, what do you remember?
Uh, I remember all that. Yeah,
Dude, that's
I
so
remember
good.
thinking, well, they might drop me, and I figured, what the heck? Who cares? I couldn't believe I beat him. Yeah, I was pretty happy about that.
You were not expected to beat him.
I really didn't think I would.
Look at that, man. That is so good. You said I don't believe it.
Yeah, I was questioning God, thinking, how can you put me through this and this embarrassment and this and that and that. And then I went into the zone for a few games, and then it was over. Yeah, it was weird.
You're talking about. Let's see if we can.
The tournament and all that. Wow. Thanks, man. The Deuce? What's the Deuce? Oh, yeah. Loose is the Deuce. ESPN2. Peace, man. I want to see y'all out there, man. Let's rap.
Loose is the deuce.
Yeah, we'll be watching you every day. Foosball. Foosball. Rah, rah, rah.
How awesome, dude.
Did you see that girl back there?
Yeah.
Oh,
I just lost my mind. And
that was my New York lady. She's all right.
I just
Dude, he's all right, dude.
He just beat me so bad. I just had to
You're
be
saying
crazy.
right now that you're
It
freaked
works.
out.
I'll take it, man.
You want to be crazy and it worked. Wow, man. Let's pause that now and let me put you center screen, man. Wow, that's incredible, man. I mean, it's incredible that it's incredible. It's incredible that I'm here with you, talking to you. It's incredible that you're winning again, that you're competing again, that you're having a good time. We're all happy to see you. So you talk to me a little bit about your plans. You're just going to keep practicing. You're going to keep practicing. You're going to try to get your skill set up, and then you're going to get out there and compete a little harder in some other places. Or is that your idea?
I mainly want to get into foosball, and then I want to be as good a player as I can. I would like to win the world title this year, since I really don't have anything else going on. No, that's huge to me. That would be huge because I felt I kind of I mastered the forward position really well, and this, that, and the other. But I think I could master the goalie position and take it to a new level, and I kind of would like to do that just because I think I can, and I'd like to see if I can. It's kind of my own personal challenge in a way too, I guess. But I want to design tables and design a table to get more people that don't play football into the game, attractive more for a non-tournament player or whatever. And anyway, I have a background in that. And it's nice to be back in the football. The world, in all the facets I tried, just was too programmable and too predictable and too prejudiced. And with the football, it's more free, wild lifestyle. There's still some freedom there and some I don't know, some goodness, I guess. Anyway, your turn.
No, dude. I love this conversation with you because I see you get self-conscious about how much you're talking, and I have the same thing. I start wondering what, but you're doing just fine, dude. I mean, you're making. I get you, and people are watching. They get you. We're tracking you. We know where you're coming from, and I think it's very special to have you back in foosball. I hope you stick around. I hope I get a chance to see you. If we could do this again, I want to go over the some other matches you played and give people more of your insight and more of your experience and more because like I learned things today about foosball I had never thought of. Like I never thought about watching the 3 bar for tells on the 5 bar. That's a unique, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to learn a lot from this. And so it's amazing that we got this time with you.
Good, and I'm surprised you didn't know the thing about the 5 bar.
Well, no, man. I mean, I play more goalie than anything these days when I play at all. But like for you to focus with your periphery vision on the 3 bar to look for tells, because you're right. Subconsciously, people move their 3 bar in some way when they're anticipating a lane pass. They move their 3 bar in some way, and I think it's a genius thing to watch the 3 bar. I'll tell you one quick story that'll be relative to it. There used to be a great wide receiver out here, Terrell Owens for the 49ers. And he used to play for the 49ers, and people started watching game film of him. And every time there was going to be a passing play, he'd play with his gloves. And so people started watching the film and realizing it's going to be a passing play, and they shut the 49ers down. They shut the 49ers down because he would play with his glove. And that's unique, man. It's very unique to hear about that from your perspective. Dude, if you could talk to some young players before we lose you to this tournament, what would you say to some young players who are trying to build their game and build their skill set, or even some average players that want to get to a pro or mastery level? What kind of coaching do you have for them?
I would let them know that foosball is a game of luck, and the more they practice, the luckier they're going to get.
I love that, dude. That's great. That's great, dude.
I think I heard that about golf or something, so I applied it to foosball. Yeah.
The more you practice, the luckier you're gonna get, dude.
Yeah, it's a game of luck. The more you practice, the luckier you get.
So I'm gonna take this video because I know we talked about an amount of time, and I want to respect that time. And you need to warm up. You need to win this tournament. Can I ask you if we could do this again sometime? Can we try? Can we do that?
Sounds good to me. You just let Ray know, and he can let me know, and we could do it again.
I hope you had a good time, dude. Did you have a good time? Was it a good time for you?
Yeah, I'm glad we did this.
It was a good time for me, man. Well, I'm gonna sign us off here in a minute. I just want everyone who watches this to know that we had an opportunity to have a true foosball master, a great foosball icon, one of my personal foosball idols, Tom Spear, and he's back in the sport. He's competing, he's playing, he's winning, and it seems like we're gonna have him for a while. So, Tom Spear, man, I appreciate you, man. I mean, I'm looking forward to doing this again, and we'll see you. We're gonna be watching that. We're gonna be watching for you win. We're gonna get your wins, and we're gonna be watching you on social media. So just know that you got a fan base. Whether or not you see them, we see you. All right.
All right, sounds good. You guys keep being good to yourselves. All right.
You too, man. You too. So hey, everybody, that's Tom Spear, and I just had to jump all over that. Like getting Tom here and an opportunity to just like talk to the guy and see how he's doing and understand where his head was with foosball. And it sounds like he's reconnecting with friends, and he's practicing, and he's playing with frequency, and he's winning. And so he's got like a little income stream from this, and he wants to do other stuff with foosball. I just want to thank all of you for joining us and the people who are going to watch this. And there was no marketing for this. I didn't let anyone know we were doing this. I wasn't sure until the last minute that it was going to be able to happen. Hopefully next time I get more of an opportunity to tell people we're going to do this. But this will be on YouTube. It'll be on Inside Foos. And man, that's a wrap, man. So thank you for joining. Pandemonium, A Legend Returns, Tom Spear.